Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Apprentice School Athletic Center. We are set to get started on game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader action here at the Apprentice School. Once again, so glad you could join us for those who are just joining us. So glad you could rejoin us for those who are coming back for game 2 as we saw the ladies builders take out the storm of Tidewater Community College by a score of 78 to 35. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's the men's opportunity to come in here and have a clean sweep tonight on doubleheader evening. Coming into tonight's contest are the Virginia Peninsula Community College Gators, led by their head coach, Chris Moore. They come into tonight's contest with an overall record of 7-4 on the season, and they have a stacked roster, ladies and gentlemen, filled with athleticism. So this should be a really fun one. On the home side of the court, Coach Michael Gainey in his second season. Listen, I can't introduce him without making sure I let you know this. He is the national championship winning head basketball coach of the Apprentice School, the small college national championship coach in his second season at the helm with the Builders. The Builders are 4-4 on this young season, undefeated here at home. Builders, this is going to be their 10th time taking on the Gators of VPCC. Now, keep in mind, they haven't been called that all along. They used to be called Thomas Nelson Community College, but made a change here in the past few years. Builders, 7-2 in the 9 games, in the 9 times that these teams have seen one another. Builders average 78 points a game against the Gators. They're going to need those tonight. Coach Gainey told me in the pregame, very scrappy team, like to get up and down. Don't play a lot of street ball. They run a lot of they run a lot of skill set plays. So again, this should be a fun one. I am excited, and I hope you are too. Both starting lineups have been introduced. Both teams are making their way to the center court logo, and we're getting set to tip off game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Before we get started, your officials who will be handling all the administrative duties: Garrett Jones, Thomas Sumter, and Michael Lang. Sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Game 2 of the doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. We're set to tip things off in just a moment. You can feel the electricity in this arena. These schools aren't that far apart, and these schools recruited a lot of the same players. So these guys know each other. Let's see what they're going to do with each other out here on the basketball court. We are underway, tip controlled by the Gators. Gators quickly to the rack before I could even tell you who the starters are tonight. Jacoby Reed with the first 2 of the evening, and the Gators are on the board. Builders counter on offense as the pace quickens, and that's a quick foul as Paul Samuel will pick up his first personal foul. That'll be the team's first of the half. So for the visiting Gators, Paul Samuel, Jacoby Reed, Jonathan I think that's Watlington as the Builders connect from 3 to get on the board. Dominic Fields Jr. and Emmanuel Angela are your starting 5 for the visiting Gators. Builders on the board already. Jabari Brackett is your starter along with Shimon Rosser, as that shot is up and good for Jacoby Reed, his second bucket of the evening. Monte Rudolph, Alex Etheridge, and Devon Brown are your starters for the Builders. Builders on the attack once again, offensively shot off the mark. Here's Brown. Brown is fouled. That foul is going to be given to Dominic Fields. That is his first personal foul, the team's second already, and we're barely 2 minutes into play, and two personal fouls already committed by the visiting Gators. That'll send Devon Brown, 6'5" forward out of Portsmouth, to the line to shoot two. He makes the first of two, and we are tied 4-4. Pace is already quickening, and this one is Brown off the mark on the second. So back up the Gators with Watlington and Gila. Ball moving quickly for the Gators as that shot off the mark goes out of bounds for Samuel. It will be Builder basketball. 8:13 left in the first half here. Lady Builders with a dominant performance in game one. Never trailed in the contest as they took out the Storm. Builders. Rudolph being guarded by Reed. Builders nearly turned it over with Brown. Gators in a man-to-man defense. Brown slipped to the basket, unable to finish at the rim. Shot off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators as Rosser just couldn't quite get it in there. The 6'6" sophomore out of Richmond. Here's Brown. Brown. I believe instead of a travel, they're going to have it's going to be a foul call. That is going to be Fields' second. So for Dominique Fields Jr., his second personal foul here early. That's already the third team foul for the Gators. As the inbound goes to Brown, Brown goes right at him, and that's going to be a blocking foul. So that will be yet another team foul. That's the fourth team foul for the Gators. Paul Samuel will be credited with the foul. Paul Samuel, who plays in glasses, not goggles, but just, average everyday glasses. Interesting as that basket for Rosser goes down. His first two of the evening. Builders take the lead. Here's Samuel. And Gila. Shot blocked. A lot of activity going on that offensive rebound. Offensive, then defensive, then offensive again. Builders with the basketball with Rosser. Rosser, step back. Tough shot. Fadeaway jumper on the baseline. That's the hardest combination of a shot there is. And the Builders are going to commit a foul on the fast break. Jabari Brackett will be credited with his first personal foul. That will be the team's first of the half. No shots. Ball will be inbounded underneath the Gator basket. Long inlet goes to Jacoby Reed. Reed already with 4 in the game. Off of a screen. Feed inside. Left-handed layup. No good underneath. Shot blocked by Brown. Back comes Rosser, who loses it on his way in. And they're going to say it was last touched by the Gators. So the basketball will stay on this end as the pace of play is hot right now. Amir Colpetro makes his way onto the court along with Cameron Taylor. 16:51 remaining in the half. Builders up by 2. As that long three-point shot comes off, resets the shot clock to 20. As that second shot from the Builders misses. Here are the Gators with Reed. Hit shot off the mark. Defensive rebound cleared by Rosser. Colpetro to Brackett. Builders working the perimeter. Petro trying to work off of a screen, goes down on the block to Brown. Brown, tough jumper on the baseline, the hardest shot in basketball, leads to an outlet and an easy score on the offensive end for Emmanuel Anguilla. Anguilla, that's his first bucket. As the Builders, beautiful step through that time by Cole Petro. The left-handed layup off the glass, high off the glass. Builders lead 8-6. If the first 5 minutes of this contest is any indication of how the pace of play is going to be, this game is going to be up and down all night long. As Rudolph dives at the loose ball, knocks out of bounds, and that's going to lead us to a timeout, media timeout, the first timeout of the night. Builders lead by 2, 8-6.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
15:38 left in the first half of game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader action here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Howard McCain, Dave Davenport here to bring you the play-by-play action as it happens here as the Gators and Builders square off. Sepulveda into the basketball game during the timeout for the visiting Gators, along with Cameron Taylor, who taps that one in for 2, and we're now tied 8-8. Just barely 5 minutes into the contest as these teams showing a lot of energy. Rosser, tough shot. Able to control his body enough to get the shot up and off. It just did not go down as Sepulveda with the basketball. Works against the defense of the Builders. As Jaleel Hope off of the bench into the ball game for the Builders. That long rebound comes off to Devon Brown. Cole Petro with the basketball. Brown, Rosser. Game is being really played really physical as Anguilla races to the other end for 2. And the Gators now take a 2-point lead. 10-8 is Cole Petro being harassed by Sepulveda. Able to get it over the timeline and into the play as Rosser. Unable to handle the pass, long outlet to Sepulveda. Able to gather himself, put it up for 2, and he is fouled. So the basket will count. That foul will be on Shamon Rosser. That'll be his first personal foul and the team's second. So that will put Jaden Sepulveda at the line to shoot 1, with the Gators up now 12-8. As Wayne Hedgepeth makes his way into the ball game for the Builders. Shot goes down. For the Gators, this is their 12th game of the season. For the Builders, this is just their 9th. Now, they do play in different divisions of basketball, where the Builders are in the small college athletic conference, or division rather, and the Gators play in the NJCAA. That's the National Junior College Athletic Association. So they play in two different divisions of basketball as Jaleel Holt gets his first bucket of the evening. That cuts the Gator lead to 3. Ball inside, shot up and good. So once again, count the basket. The foul is going to be whistled on Wayne Hedgepeth. That is his first personal foul and the team's third. So that'll put Dominic Fields, the 6'3", 200-pound sophomore out of Chesapeake, at the line to try to complete the three-point play. He doesn't. Loose ball rebound comes off to Hope. Now, one of the things Coach Gainey told me was a bit of and that's going to be an over and back. That's a backcourt violation on the Builders as Hope established the basketball in the front court and then threw it into the backcourt to Copetro. So that'll be a backcourt violation on the Builders. That's a turnover, of course. Builders inbound with Wadlington, gets it into Taylor, and Taylor is fouled on his way to the basket. That foul call is going to be whistled on Wayne Hedgepeth. That is his second personal foul and the team's fourth. So as quickly as the Gators came out of the box fouling, the Builders have just caught up. So both teams now with 4 teams fouls as Cameron Taylor steps to the line to shoot 2, and the Gators up by 5, make it now 6. Devon Brown will make his way back onto the floor. Wayne Hedgepeth will head to the bench with those 2 fouls. This Gator basketball team has a lot of length, as the second one from Taylor hits the front of the iron. Builders now trail 16-10 here at home. Again, Builders undefeated at home so far in this season. They come into this game 4-4 as the jumper by Hope hits the front end of the rim. Sepulveda, step back jumper, tough shot, and he hits. So Jaden Sepulveda, that's his 5th point of the first half. Hope gets it over to Randolph. His 3-point shot off the mark. There's Jaleel Holt with a tough putback in the lane. So that stops the scoring drought for the Builders. They're now down 6. 12:04 left in the first half. Torrid pace so far by both teams. Here's Sepulveda. Sepulveda, never once did he pass the basketball, and we're going to get a timeout. I believe that's going to be a media timeout. I'm not sure. So media timeout, 11:53 remaining in the first half. Builders trail here at home by 8 to the Gators. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
8-point lead by the visiting Gators from Virginia Peninsula Community College. Again, welcome back. Howard McCain with you. Dave Davenport is our engineer producer. Game number 2 of doubleheader action here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Sees the Builders right now down by 8 to the visiting Gators. Jaden Sepulveda off of the bench for the Gators. He's come in and poured in 7. Leading scorer for the Builders so far in the half is Jaleel Hope. He has 4 as that long pass goes to Rosser. Misses the dunk. So the basketball flies out of bounds. That basketball now belongs to the Gators of VPCC. Here's Sepulveda, who on the last offensive possession didn't pass it once, just took on the entire defense of the Builders and was able to score his 7th point. This time his pass picked off by Rosser, but there's going to be a foul call. So prior to that pass being picked off, Cole Petro is going to be whistled for his first personal foul. That'll be the team's 5th. Here's Sepulveda. Splits the defense. Has his pocket picked by Cole Petro. Feed to Brown. Brown able to gather himself and finish at the rack with the left hand. Builders cut into the Gator lead. They cut it down to 6. As the Builders nearly turn over the Gators again with Cole Petro poking it away from Sepulveda. Wild shot on the baseline by the Gators. That's Watlington able to get it to go, and the basket is good. You're going to count the foul. That foul is going to be on Devon Brown. That is his first personal foul in the team's 6th. So Chris Moore counters with a couple of substitutions as Jacoby Reed makes his way back into the basketball game, and Keyshawn Bevere makes his way on. And that free throw is up and good by Jordan Watlington. So Watlington now with 3 points in the basketball game. Long outlet to Rosser. Unable to gather it, but he's fouled. So Keyshawn Bevere is going to pick up his first personal foul. That'll be the team's 5th. Neither team in the bonus just yet. Of course, you need 17 fouls to start shooting free throws. If you're not fouled in the act of shooting, that kick goes deep into the corner. That 3-point shot off the mark. So back come the Gators off of the miss from Etheridge. Gators attack the basket with Bevere. His first 2 of the game. Builders find themselves now down by 11 here at home, 25-14 to the Gators. Builders turn it over. Here's Watlington. His shot good on the offensive end, and the Builders find themselves now down 13 as we've just gone under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. As shot up off the glass, no good for Jabari Brackett, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's fouled by Cameron Taylor. That'll be the team's 6th, Cameron's first. So with the clock stopped at 9:50, that'll send Jabari Brackett to the line, the 6'1" sophomore out of Chesapeake. Looking to get his first points of the evening. He's going to have to wait for at least one more free throw to get that opportunity, as Maurice Harmon and Joel Maxey get their first action of tonight. Cameron Taylor is going to make his way onto the floor. Kyle Jackson makes his way to the bench. I didn't see Kyle come in. Kyle just got onto the floor kind of quietly there. I need Kyle to let me know that he's in the game so I can announce him at least. Family could be watching and listening. Second of 2 from Jabari Brackett goes down. Builders now trail by 12 here as we are just under halfway through the first half of game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Ball poked away by Brown, a near steal right here in front of me. Shot clock now under 4. Wild shot off the glass. Loose ball taken by Brackett. So the Builders will look to try to cut into this Gator lead. Brown all the way to the basket with the right hand. Strong move down the right side of the lane by Brown to get the Builders back to within 10. As that shot by Brown is knocked out of bounds. Man, I was telling Coach Gainey in the pregame when we were having a discussion about this team, I was like, wow, I really like the way Brown plays basketball. Now, Devon Brown is 6'5". Ladies and gentlemen, he plays. You ever heard of a player playing bigger than what they are? That's the way Brown plays. He's 6'5", but I tell you, he plays a lot of times like he's 6'8", 6'9". You just love to see the effort out of that kid. Dominic Fields with that last bucket for the Gators. Builders back down by 12. It's Maxey able to hit the tough baseline jumper. Builders again find themselves down by 10. Isaiah Thomas picks up his dribble, gets it over to Jacoby Reed, who scored a couple of buckets early in the contest, hasn't scored since. Builders with an opportunity to get this lead under double digits. Maxey able to circle it around to Harmon. Here's Rudolph. Rudolph inside to Brown. Brown, nice spin move. Unable to finish at the rim. Did 99% of the things right to score the basket. Just could not complete it right there at the front of the rim. But trust me, he will get another opportunity as things start to get physical down low between him and Taylor. Taylor all the way to the basket and muscles it in for 2. So for Cameron Taylor, that's his 5th point of the night. Back come the Builders on the offensive end with Maurice Harmon. Left-handed layup, good. So teams continue to trade baskets. Builders still find themselves down by 10 as Maxey leads the fast break. The running right-hander, no good. Builders, 2 shots right at the rim, just could not finish. Basketball comes back the other way for the Gators. Reed stops, pops for 3. So after all of that, the Builders find themselves now down by their largest deficit of the night, 13 to the Gators, 34-21 as the Builders work the perimeter. As the Builders try to test the inside bracket, I believe instead of a jump ball, it's going to be a foul call, and it is. That'll be whistled on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his first personal foul in the team's second, and that's going to lead us to a timeout. Media timeout, 6:23 remaining in the first half. Builders trail by 13.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You could choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com.
.623 remaining in the first half of game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Entertaining game so far. Not so much if you're a Builder fan. As the Builder finds themselves down by 13. A lot of basketball left to be played, though. Man, oh man, with the way these teams are up and down, especially with the way they're fouling each other, 13 total fouls so far in less than a half of play. Some guys are going to end up finding themselves on the bench. But as it goes, Jabari Brackett will step to the line to shoot two with the clock stopped, 6:23 remaining in the first half. And the first one is off the mark. Builders shoot about 64% from the free throw line, but it doesn't matter. As Devon Brown is able to get the loose ball and put it back for two, Builder deficit now down to 11. As Sepulveda makes his way back into the ball game off of the timeout for the Gators. He has 7. The Gators go back to work. That looked like a traveling call right there. No call as Jordan Watlington able to tip that loose ball in for 2, and the Builders now back down by 13 as Etheridge able to get the basketball over the timeline to Harmon. Harmon, nice feed inside to Brown as he cut through the lane for an easy layup with the right hand, and the Builders back down by 11. Kick in the corner to Sepulveda. He drains it. That's his second make from long range, and that pushes the Builder deficit out to 14 now. So again, Builders, this is the most that they've trailed by in the game as Etheridge nearly lost it to Sepulveda. Etheridge tries to take Sepulveda off of the dribble, gets all the way to the rack, unable to finish at the rim though, but the basketball is going to stay on this end. The shot clock is going to be reset to 20. Dominic Fields Jr. back onto the floor. He has 4 points. That shot out of the corner, long 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound cleared by Watlington. Long outlet to the Gators. That's Fields. His shot is up and good, and Fields is fouled. Builder down on the floor as that foul is going to be whistled on Devon Brown. That's his second personal foul and the team's 7th. As Monte Rudolph that is on the floor, Coach Gainey, along with the trainer out there to take a look at him. Builders now down by 16. Free throw coming once the ball is whistled back into play, as Devon Brown will be whistled for his second personal foul, and that'll send Dominic Fields Jr. to the line as Monte Rudolph is able to make it up off of the court and off of the court under his own power, so that is a good sign. Definitely won't speculate on what happened to him, but we'll keep an eye on him to see how he's doing. So right now, Builders just being, outplayed at the moment as they find themselves down by 16 with 4:47 remaining in the first half. As a 3-point opportunity is complete for Dominic Fields. Fields now has 7 in the contest, and the Builders now down by 17 as that pass inside, up and off the glass for Jaleel Hope. Hope now with 6 points. Gators come right back at us. Sepulveda being guarded closely by Brackett. Here's Reed. Reed, spin move. Left-handed runner is good. So Jacoby Reed, who started the game off with a couple of quick baskets, he now has 9. Builders back down by 17. Kick in the corner goes to Hope. That one short. Sepulveda running. Finds the cutter off to his right. Dominic Fields able to lay it in, and the Builders now find themselves down 19 to the visiting Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College, as their president is here to watch the basketball game. There's going to be a foul call. That foul is going to be whistled on Jeremiah Banks. So for Jeremiah Banks, his first personal foul, that's an 18 foul. That's going to bring us to a timeout, the under 4 media timeout. We'll step away with them. Builders trail by 19 here at home.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
.328 remaining in the first half here. Game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm befuddled. This game has, wow. Builders down right now by 19 as Rosser gets an opportunity to cut into this deficit. If you're the Builders, this is the way you want to do it. You want to do it with the clock stop and an opportunity to put points on the board. But just some hot shooting here in the first half from the Gators has afforded them a 19-point lead. Again, it's not as if the Builders have not played well. They played well. The Gators have just played better. So if you are the Builders and a Builder fan, the hope is, listen, let's keep this thing close as we get closer to the halftime, and maybe halftime will cool the Gators shooting off just a little bit as the Builders just unable to handle that loose ball. I believe Jaleel Hope stepped on the baseline, so that's going to give the basketball back to the Gators. Right now, early on, shooting the Gators, it's like throwing it in the ocean. Now, they're 20 of 31 shooting for 64%. Builders 12 of 31 shooting for 34%. As that pass sails way out of bounds, it'll be Builder basketball. They are 2 of 4 from 3. Builders are 1 of 6. As Etheridge being harassed in the backcourt by Sepulveda. Sepulveda, he's got 10. The Builders work the ball inside. Shot is blocked. Fast break opportunity. Dish to Anguilla. His shot off the mark. But there for the putback and the foul once again is Jordan Watlington. Wait, nope. They're going to call a foul before all of that on Jaleel Hope. That'll be Jaleel Hope's first personal foul and the team's 9th. So the Gators 1 foul away from being in the double bonus for the rest of the quarter, rest of the half, rather, sorry. As the first one from Emmanuel Anguilla goes in. Devon Brown back onto the floor for the Builders. Builders find themselves back down now by 19. As the Gators continue this scorching hot pace in scoring, they're already up to 48 points, and we still have just under 3 minutes left in the half. Wow. Hope stops. Can't find anyone. Gathers himself. Lays it off the glass for 2. 48-30. Gators. Gators able to solve the Builders' full court press as they try an alley-oop with Fields. Fields unable to finish the alley-oop. Loose ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. Anguilla looking for someone. Finds Watlington. Watlington now with 7. Tries to work off of a screen. Raises for 3. Shot off the mark. Builders unable to get the defensive board, and they commit the foul. For Rosser, that is his second personal foul. That is the team's 10th. So for the next 2 minutes, the Gators will be in the double bonus with Dominic Fields at the line. He's off the mark. Kisan Bavir into the basketball game, and the Gators miss them both. Builders down by 18. Shade under 2 minutes remaining in the first half as Etheridge is harassed all the way to the basket. Foul call is going to be on Kishan Bavir. So that'll put Etheridge at the line. Builders not quite yet in the double bonus. So this will be a 1-and-1 situation for Alex Etheridge. Again, Builders shooting as a team 64% at the line as Etheridge misses. So the deficit will remain at 18. Here's Reed. Anguilla stops, jumps, misses. Etheridge clears the rebound. Valiant effort by Anguilla. Dangerous effort that time by Anguilla to try to save that one for his team while going up into the stands. Definitely don't want to see him get hurt doing that. I mean, there's a handrail there and everything, so thankfully he's okay. As Isaiah Thomas back onto the floor for the Gators along with Ramon Green. So fresh bodies onto the floor for the Gators, 1:25 remaining in the half. Builders trail by 18 here at home is Hope. With the basketball, has his pocket picked by Watlington. Watlington races back to the other end and finished the fast break opportunity at the rim, and the Builders now down by 20, 50, 30. Just a shade over a minute remaining, and we're going to have a foul call. So that's Kishan Bavir. That is his third personal foul in the team's ninth. So Rosser gets an opportunity for the Builders to step to the free throw line to try to cut into this 20-point deficit with the clock stopped at 1:06. Shaman looking for his fourth point of the half. Builders need every single point they can get, and that one is off the mark. That's the second miss in a row for the Builders at the free throw line as a loose ball foul on the rebound is committed by Jaleel Hope. That is his second personal foul. So the Builders are already in the double bonus. So we'll walk all the way down to the other end of the court where Watlington will get a chance to shoot free throws, looking to add to his 9-point total here in the first half. He'll shoot 2. And the first of 2 goes down as Maxey makes his way into the basketball game. Along with Anguilla for the Gators. Sepulveda will have a seat. Watlington looking for his 11th point, and he has it. Builders now down by 22 to the Gators. Etheridge. Harassed. I mean, absolutely harassed. Loose ball picked up by Watlington. He isn't missing anything. When he gets around the rim, he misses nothing as Watlington now pours in his 11th point of the night. Builders now down by 24. As a foul call underneath, they're going to call a blocking foul. That blocking foul is going to be called on Cameron Taylor. That is his second personal foul in the team's 10th. So that will send Wayne Hedgepeth to the line. He's currently scoreless, so he'll get an opportunity to try to get into the scoring column. The Builders again find themselves down by 24 to the Gators. So Hedgepeth hits the first of two, and that stops the bleeding for the Builders at the free throw line. They missed their last two free throw shots. So for Coach Chris Moore and the visiting Gators, they have to be excited about this pace and this scoring prowess that they put on here in the first half. They're shooting 64% from the floor in the first half. 34 seconds left in the first half as Sepulveda works against the backcourt press of the Builders. He and Anguilla able to break that press now with 24 seconds remaining. Sepulveda being guarded by Maxey. Works off of a screen. Shot clock at 9. Three-pointer up and good. Isaiah Thomas with his first points of the evening. Builders now down by 25. Game clock now with 2-1. That one is good if it goes, and it does not. Put back by Brown is no good. It happened at the end of regulation. So, one half of play in the books here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center of Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader sees your Apprentice School Builders down by 25 as both teams make their way into the halftime locker room. We will step away. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll be back with second half action and first half stats. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the half. what they learned the news from Michigan AD announcing the decision was recalled after a university investigation found credible evidence that Coach Ford engaged in inappropriate relationship with Dell. Moore was then detained by police. According to ESPN West, it was turned over to the Pittsfield Township Department of Investigation. No, he was taken in the Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to the end of halftime. Just a few seconds remaining, but taking a look at the stat sheet from first half play. Jordan Watlington is the leading scorer for the Gators. He had 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting. Now, when you kind of look at a lot of the stats, I mean, 3 points made, 3 of 6 for the Gators, 1 of 6 for the Builders. Free throw attempts, 8 of 12 for the Gators, 5 of 11 for the Builders. Rebounds, 23 for the Gators, 21 for the Builders. Leading score for the Builders, Jaleel Hope with 8. It's the field goal shooting that has been the huge discrepancy in this basketball game. In the first half shooting, the Gators were 23 of 37 for 62%, while the Builders were 13 of 33 for 39%. How do you sum that up, ladies and gentlemen? The Gators, they were just hot. They were just hot in the first half shooting. I mean, we could see them just throwing up garbage, and somehow it would hit the backboard and just freaking go in. So there's not a whole lot of an explanation you can have for that. The only thing you can hope is that the Builders were able to keep it close and hope that the halftime locker room cooled the Gators off a little bit and we can get back into this basketball game. So second half action on the way. Builders find themselves down by 25. A lot of basketball still left to play. Builders need to convert here. Ball goes out of bounds off of a Gator foot. So it will stay on this end. Shot clock now at 10. So out of the locker room, Builders need to see the basketball go through the hoop on this possession. Got to build some confidence as we move forward in these final 20 minutes of this basketball game. As the step through jumper off the mark, Brown is there. Builders come away with it. Opportunity from 3 off the mark as well. So Builders come away empty on their opening possession of the half, and we're going to get a foul call. Hard foul that time by Wayne Hedgepeth, trying to make something happen. He's going to foul Emmanuel Anguilla. So for Hedgepeth, that'll be his 3rd personal foul. That'll be the team's 1st of the second half. Here's Anguilla. Shot off the mark, but he is fouled. So Amir Copetro picks up his 2nd personal foul, and the Builders their 2nd team foul. So that will send Emmanuel Anguilla to the free throw line. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. I'm sorry, 2 shots. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Thank you, Dave Davenport, for bringing that to my attention, and he misses them both. So the Builders got to start making hay some way here in the second half. They got to go ahead and get started, and that is not going to do it as the Builders turn it over. Here's Reed. Reed with the feed to Anguilla. His shot this time goes down. Deficit now 27 for the Builders as the Builders get it across the timeline. That shot off the glass by Rosser, and Rosser is fouled. That foul is going to go on Emmanuel Anguilla. That is his. Okay, the P announcer said that was his 2nd personal foul. I have him down for 1. That'll be the team's 1st. So that puts Rosser at the line with an opportunity to score the basketball with the clock stopped. And he's unable to do so. Hits the front of the rim. Reed had it. They said that the official said that it was knocked out of bounds by Copetro. So 18-39, Builders still find themselves down by 25 here at home. Prior to tonight's game, Builders came into the young season undefeated at home at 2-0 as Jacoby Reed pushes the Gator lead now up to 27. Builders yet to score in the half, and that trend continues. Gators running. That dunk misses, but I think a foul was called, and it was. So Wayne Hedgepeth picks up his fourth. That's the team third. That says Dominic Fields to the line to shoot two, with his team already leading by 27. Builders so far have not scored the basketball out of the halftime locker room. And that one rims out. As Alex Etheridge makes his way onto the floor. And the second of two, no good. Gators off of the miss with some pressure in the backcourt. Builders able to break the press. Here's Etheridge. Etheridge cut off. Gets it to Brown. Brown, trip. That foul is going to be given to Jordan Wellington. Watlington. That'll be his second personal foul in the team's second. 17:45 left in the first half as Etheridge, his shot off the back of the iron. Builders still scoreless out of the halftime locker room as Watlington gets harassed by Cole Petro. Taylor is going to be whistled for a travel. Coach Chris Moore calls a timeout, 30-second timeout. So we will stay here. 7:20. Tell you what, let's take a break. 17:29, Builders trail big. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
61-34, 17-29 left in the basketball game. Builders find themselves down now by 27 to the visiting Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College. Builders, in the 9 games that they played against Virginia Peninsula, this goes back to when they were named Thomas Nelson Community College. Builders are 7-2 against the Gators as Cole Petro finally breaks this second half drought and gets the Builders on the board with 2 and turns around and commits the foul. So Builders again 7-2 coming into tonight for Cole Petro. That is his 3rd personal foul. That will be the team's 4th of the half as Joel Maxey will enter the game for Cole Petro. Feed goes inside to Watlington, and he is fouled. I really hope that those aren't the only glasses that Watlington has. Those were he had them knocked off on his way to the basket. Like I said, he doesn't play in goggles. He actually plays in a pair of regular everyday specs. First time I've ever seen that in all the years I've watched basketball. That is wild. Jaleel Hope makes his way back onto the floor for the Builders. Jaleel went into the halftime locker room, leading scorer for the Builders with 8. He's back on the floor. And the second of 2 by Watlington goes down. Again, Builders back down by 27. Long pass to Brown. Builders able to get it over the timeline under the 10-second rule. As Joel Maxey gets the basketball to Brown. Here's Hope. Hope with the left hand. His shot is blocked. Builders able to gather the loose ball. And it's going to be last touched by Anguilla. So it'll stay Builder basketball. Shot clock is at 3. So Builders need to be mindful of that fact that it's only at 3. As Joel Maxey yells out to his teammates 3 seconds to let them know there's only 3 seconds on the shot clock. As that launch from long range off the mark. Rebound gathered by Maxey, but Maxey is fouled. They're going to credit that foul to Dominic Fields. That is his 3rd personal foul. That is the team's 3rd. So far, Builders unable to cut into this deficit at all. As a matter of fact, it's grown since the halftime. As Joel Maxey works off of a screen. Nice give to Brown, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be a blocking foul. They're going to give that one to Jacoby Reed. The officials try to clean things up inside. The longer this game goes on, the potential that the chippiness can start to go up a little bit. So officials want to make sure that they are in control of what goes on that floor. So that will be Jacoby Reed's first personal foul and the team's 4th. As Taylor exits, Kyle Jackson will make his way onto the floor for the Gators. Builders trail by 27. It's Hope. Right-handed runner just off the mark. I mean, that is just the night it has been for the Builders. I mean, shots right at the rim are missing, but the Gators, just about everything they throw up at the rim is going in. And just as I say that, Fields misses a point-blank range layup. Is heel. Wild shot, reverse layup off the glass is good for 2, and he's fouled. They're going to give that foul call to Dominic Fields. That is his 4th, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, let's take a timeout. Media timeout, the under-16 timeout. Builders trail big here at home.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
15:58 left. Builders trail big here at home to the Gators of Virginia Peninsula. I don't know why I was about to call them Peninsula. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm hungry. I think that's what it is. That was a Freudian slip. Builders trail big to Virginia Peninsula Community College here at home. Builders trying to cut into a 27-point deficit as Jaleel Hope looks to complete a 3-point play opportunity, and he does just that. So Hope now with 11 points. Builders go to a full court press to try to create turnover opportunity as Sepulveda is able to elude Builder defenders and get the basketball over the timeline. Sepulveda works off of a screen. Tried to get it to a cutter or cutting Jordan Watlington, but he threw it to the wrong spot. It goes out of bounds. That's a turnover. So let's see if the Builders can string together some stops and get some buckets and get back in this thing. It's a long way to go. It's not impossible. If you're the Builders, if you can try to get this lead, if you can dwindle and work this lead down, that's not going to do it, as Joel Maxey puts some English on that one. It goes right through the hands of Rosser. If the Builders are somehow over the next 10 minutes, if they can whittle away at this lead and get it close to 10 at the 5-minute mark, they have a shot. But, man, we've got to string together some stops, and we've got to get some baskets. Here's Watlington, guarded by Maxey. Sepulveda, who came off the bench hot in the first half, yet to get a shot off here in the second. Thought about the three. And shot clock violation on the other end by the Builders. Great defense, great team defense by the Builders to force the turnover. Coach Chris Moore did not like that at all. Builders break the press. Feed inside, shot off the glass, and good for Rosser. Coach Gainey pleased with his guys to shut them down. Builders don't give up the layup, but they do commit the foul on the other end. That foul is going to be credited to Devon Brown. That is his third personal foul, the team's sixth of the half. So that will put the Gators at the line to shoot two. Is Kassan Bavir to try to push this lead for the Gators back up to 25, unable to do so on that shot. As Maurice Harmon, the 6'4" freshman out of Richmond, makes his way back onto the floor for the Builders. That free throw off the mark, and Watlington just out hustles the Builders on that loose ball, and the Gators come away with it. Oh man, that was an opportunity right there that just went by the wayside. So Watlington, with the shot clock now under 10, gets it to Sepulveda. Sepulveda off the screen, and the Builders can play good team defense. They can force a shot clock violation, but instead the Builders give up the foul. Now, if they fouled in the act of shooting, he's going to shoot three, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to give that one to Rosser, his third, and that's a 17 foul. So that's going to put Kassan Bavir at the line. He's going to shoot three this time after missing his previous two. And, of course, he'd hit that one, right? 64-41, 23-point lead. It's now been pushed to 24. One more free throw upcoming. And the deficit is now 25. Builders turn it over in the backcourt. Watlington with the steal. Here's Sepulveda with the shot clock now at 10. Harmon trying to put some pressure on Sepulveda to get the basketball out of his hand. Sepulveda just launches one. It does get the rim, but the Gators come away with the basketball. As Coach Moore tries to call a timeout, he doesn't get it. There's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep the basketball on this end of the floor, as I believe the Builders are going to make some substitutions. Wayne Hedgepeth makes his way into the basketball game along with Amirko Petro. I missed it. I think Jaleel Hope also made it into the basketball game. I missed the third Builder. I apologize. The Sepulveda hits underneath. So once again, the Builders unable to cut at all into this lead. As Hope tried to get it through the defense to Harmon, but there's a foul call underneath. They're going to give that one to Kyle Jackson, his first personal foul. That's the team's 6th of the half. Fouls have just really slowed the pace of the game down. As that one is going to be swatted out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. Kashawn Bevere with the hand. Builders in danger of going below 500 on the season if they aren't able to pull this one off. That one was kicked. So the game clock is at 13. The shot clock is going to be reset to 20 off of the kick ball. So the officials are going to move the spot where the inbound is going to take place. Here's Hope. Jaleel can't find anything. Defense tough by the Gators as that one is poked away by Watlington. Very athletic, very quick basketball team for Coach Chris Moore. As they have just frustrated the Builders on offense. That's a block. Shot clock at 1. Builders unable to get the shot off as the clock expired. So that will be a shot clock violation. So that's a turnover on the Builders. As Sepulveda crosses the timeline, looking to add to that 27-point lead of the Gators, and he does so as Sepulveda now has 14 on the game. Builders down by 29. Official said that one was tipped, so no backcourt violation for the Builders as Hedgepeth tries to get inside. Here's Hope all the way to the rack, shot off the mark, loose ball gathered by Watlington. Outlet to Sepulveda. Sepulveda for 3, off the mark. Alex Etheridge will make his way into the game, but first there's a timeout, media timeout, 11:52 left. Builders trail by 29 here at.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Builders shooting 36% from the floor tonight. 17 of 47 shooting will get you there, while their opponent is 27 of 45 shooting. They've cooled off just a little bit from 64% to 60. So the halftime rest didn't cool their shooting hands off at all. They pretty much come in and picked up where they left off here in the second half. And that one is tipped by the Gators, that'll go out of bounds. So it will stay with the Builders, down by 29. Of course, this is their largest deficit, not just of the half, but as of the game. As Etheridge works off of a screen from Harmon, he launches from three. That one is way off. Weak side rebound comes down to Watlington. Feed inside, nice feed inside, shot missed. How in the world Fields missed that shot, I will never know, but it will go down as a miss as Hill has the basketball poked away. He's able to gather, just can't hit. As Fields is hurting, he must have turned his ankle on the other end, and Coach Moore is going to call a timeout for his injured player. But even with that, the Gators able to convert on the offensive end, and now they are up now by 31. This is altogether different than what I imagined coming into tonight's game. This is almost a mirror image of what we saw out of the Lady Builders game prior, where they got out on top and they just did not let up and won big. Looks like that fortune has been reversed for the men as they nearly turned it over near the mid-court stripe. 10:57 left. Shot clock has 22 seconds left on it. Here's Hedgepeth. Tries the Euro step. Shot was partially blocked, but there's going to be a foul call. So count the basket at the foul. Jordan Watlington is going to be credited with his third personal foul. That's the team's 7th. So that'll put Hedgepeth at the line to try and complete the three-point play. Devon Brown back onto the floor for the Builders. Free throw is good. Hedgepeth picks up his 5th point. 72-44. 10:45 remaining. As Taylor handles the basketball, Sepulveda. Skip pass to Watlington. Sepulveda off the screen. Long rebound fought for, and a foul call. That is going to go on the Gators, number 10, Kisan Bevier. That is his 4th personal foul and the team's 8th. So we'll walk all the way to the other end, and Devon Brown is going to get an opportunity to score the basketball for the Builders. Hopefully score the basketball for the Builders with the clock stopped. Builders have been outscored in the second half, 13-9. After going into the halftime down 57-32. So again, Builders unable to cut into the lead. As a matter of fact, they've allowed the Gators to add to it. That shot from 3 off the mark. Long rebound comes down to Etheridge. Builders with the numbers. Here's Brown, his left-handed runner off the fast break is good. Brown now with 13. As the Builders again try with the full court press. Sepulveda out of the corner. Toughness 3, but it is the shortest one distance-wise to the basket. And the loose ball is going to be lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators, so it goes back the other way. Isaiah Thomas now comes in for Kisan Bevier. As the Builders find themselves down by 26, Builders break the press. Here's Rosser. Rosser this time is going to be whistled for the offensive foul. Player control foul on Shaman Rosser. That is his his fourth personal foul now, the team's 8th. So one more personal foul and he will be disqualified. Builders with the full court press, easily broken that time by the Gators as Isaiah Thomas tried to get a little bit too cute around the rim. His layup off the mark. Kick to the corner for 3. Builders need it, can't get it. Hedgepeth has his shot blocked and is going to be last touched by Cameron Taylor, so the basketball will stay on this end. Shot clock reset to 20. Inbound to Rosser. It's been that kind of night for the Builders. He's able to gather and put it back in for 2, but not after missing once again. Point blank range layup. 72-48. Builders down by 24 now. Again, Builders went into the halftime locker room down by 25. So the Builders have taken taking somewhere around about 11 plus minutes to try to get this lead down, and it just hasn't been there. Sepulveda with his 16th point is at 3, off the mark. Rebound taken by Anguilla. Gators off and running, but nice job by the Builders to stave off that fast break as Rosser finishes at the rim with a nasty and loud 2 here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Rosser with the flush at the rim. Builders still down by 24 as that basketball is stripped and a foul call. We're going to give that one to Alex Etheridge, his first personal foul, team's 9th. Under 8 timeout, media timeout. We'll take it with him. Maybe that's a floater. Builders down by 24. We'll step away.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
Builders outscored in the paint tonight, 46-34 to the Gators. 7:58 remaining in the second half. Builders find themselves down by 24 as Cameron Taylor stepped to the line to shoot free throws as he was fouled by Alex Etheridge prior to the media timeout. And he misses the first of 2. Gators now 13 of 24 at the free throw line after that miss from Cameron Taylor. As the gym goes eerily quiet. Kind of weird that everyone's being quiet while the opponent is shooting free throws, but I don't know. I don't get it. But as it goes, Taylor misses them both. Maybe silence is his Achilles at the free throw line. If so, we gave it to him. So here's Maxey to Brown. Brown, tough shot On the baseline, Brown drains it, and that cuts the Gator lead down to 22. Reed with Taylor able to break the Builder press, and Taylor puts it in high off the glass. Here's Harmon. Harmon, they're going to call a jump ball, is going to stay on this end. He got tied up with Isaiah Thomas. As Rosser makes his way onto the floor, Fields with his 4 fouls. He's back on the floor. Remember, he turned his ankle earlier on a breakaway layup for the Gators. He's back on the floor. Maxey at 20. Feed inside to Rosser. Rosser is bumped. Unable to get the and one opportunity, but he will get a chance to go to the line to shoot 2 while the clock is stopped. Sepulveda will be credited with his first foul, the team's 9th. So Rosser will shoot 2 with the clock stopped at 7:07. Builders trailing by 24. And it'll stay that way. Second free throw is good for Rosser. So Rosser now has 12. He leads all scores for the Builders currently with 12. Sepulveda gets it to Taylor. Man, did he traveled? No call. Builders unable to corral the rebound. So the Gators get another opportunity. But boy, that sure looked like Jacoby Reed traveled. As now he's able to get all the way to the basket for an easy 2 with the left hand. Builders break the press. Here's Rosser. Skip pass. 3 off the mark from Falks. Here comes Watlington. Has his pocket stripped. Here's Devin Brown. His shot blocked at the rim. We're going to see if they're going to count that or not. The official hasn't said so. But instead, they're going to give the foul to Jacoby Reed. That'll be a second personal foul in the team's 10th. So that will put the Builders in the double bonus for the remaining 6:05. So if you're the Builders for the rest of the basketball game, no more jumpers. Everything needs to be going towards the rack. As Devin Brown misses the first of 2. And Jaleel Hope makes his way into the basketball game. Builders down by 25. And the second of 2 from Brown. Go down. Builders with the full court press. Gators break it easily. Unable to convert on the offensive end is Watlington. So here's Hope. So the Builders can shoot the double bonus for the rest of the ball game if they could just get something going towards the basket, and the Gators lay off on the foul, and that allows Etheridge to score at the rim. Quick whistle right at the mid-court stripe. That's going to go on Etheridge. That is his 3rd personal foul, and now that puts the Gators in the double bonus as well. So Watlington will go to the line to shoot 2. Watlington with 15 points tonight, and that's where it'll stay. Jabari Brackett will come in for Alex Etheridge. 5:33 left. And the second of 2 off the mark. What is going on with the Gators down the stretch of their free throw shooting? Here in the second half, it's been atrocious. I mean, it hasn't come back to haunt them, of course. But wow. Now, they do come into tonight's game shooting 68% from the free throw line. Sure hasn't looked like it. As they go back on offense with Watlington. Watlington off of the screen. Shot clock now at 6. Gators attack the basket. Maxey clears the rebound. Builders able to get an inside shot up and good for Jabari Brackett, considering the fact that his left hand is heavily taped. Able to get that one to go. He's a right-handed shooter, so that one didn't quite affect his shot. As Sepulveda with 20. Being guarded by Joel Maxey. Brown stepped out on the help defense on Sepulveda, who's still dribbling, hasn't passed it yet. Now he does. As Fields able to dribble into his spot. Knock down the basket. Maxey with the basketball at 15. Maxey hits. And that drops the Gator lead to 20. We're now under 4 minutes as Watlington working against Jaleel Hope. Here's Sepulveda. Fields able to hit. A lot of energy spent out here in this basketball court tonight by both teams as we're going to get a bump. Jaleel Hope is going to be fouled, so he's going to get an opportunity to score the basketball with the clock stop. Media timeout. We'll take it with them. Builders trail by 22. We'll be back.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
.3:15 remaining in game 2 of tonight's doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, where we saw the Lady Builders with a convincing victory tonight over Tidewater Community College. Tidewater Community College. The Storm, the Builders quieted the Storm tonight, big time. 78-35 was the final in that game. Conversely, on the other side, Builders down by 22 in this one. Make it 21 as Jaleel Hope able to knock down the first of two. 3:15 remaining. Builders trail by 21 here at home. Again, 9 games played. Builders are 7-2 against the Gators as Hope able to convert the second. Gators break the Builder press seamlessly as Sepulveda once again. It would look like it was a bit of a wild shot, but he's able to hit. He now has 18 tonight. And the Gator lead is 22 again. Here's Maxey, able to trickle it up and over the front of the rim and in. Maxey has 6. As once again, the Gators able to break the Builder press. Easy bucket for Anguilla. Hope, spin move. Able to hit. Wow. Jaleel Hope with his 15th point. It was a pretty one. Nice job of body control by Hope to get that one in as the Builders try to force a turnover, and they do. Here's Maxey. Maxey attacks. Tough jumper right there on the baseline. It goes down to the Builders, able to get the lead down under 20 now. 18. We're now 2 minutes left in the basketball game. Kick goes to Sepulveda. His long, slow three off the mark. Builders unable to corral the offensive board. Here's Anguilla to Reed. Reed tried the alley-oop. Builder went underneath the player, and he went down hard. That's Michael Atkins Jr., the 6'5" redshirt freshman out of Tennessee, is down on the floor and injured. A minute 35 left in the basketball game. Gators are in control, up by 18. As Chris Moore goes out to the court to check on his player. Chris Atkins, newly into the basketball game, here at the end, is able to get up and walk off under his own power. So that is very, very good news. So Coach Gainey is letting the officials know that he had 20 seconds to get him off the floor. If he wasn't able to do so, someone else would have to shoot for him. So the officials, I think, for a second are going to talk about it. So the officials handle their administrative duties, and they send Atkins out. I don't know if you can hear behind us, but Coach Aisha Gainey made sure the officials knew that when the player goes onto the floor and stays on the floor, when he comes up, he must sub out. The officials conversed, and they agreed, and they subbed out. So Jeremiah Banks will make his way into the ball game. So Ramon Green is going to shoot free throws for Atkins. Minute 35 remaining in the basketball game, and he hits the first of two. That pushes the deficit back up to 19. As Shaquem Chisholm will hit the floor. He is 5'8". He's a 5'8" freshman out of South Carolina. He'll get a chance to see some action down the stretch as the second of two from Ramon Green goes down. BPCC is also going to start to empty their bench a little bit. As Jacob Garrison will see some action here with a minute 35 remaining. Along with Isaiah Thomas. Builders see themselves down by 20 here at home. So the Builders will suffer their first home loss of the season. And the Builders will fall under 500. The defending small college national champions will fall under 500 as that shot is up and good. We have a foul call. So count the basket at the foul. That one is, I believe that foul is going to be called on Anguilla, I think, as he'll make his way off the floor. His second personal foul. So that will that'll put Cole Petro at the line to try to complete the three-point plays, unable to do so. So the Builders still down by 18. Minute 15 left in the basketball game. Here's Thomas. Shot clock at 15. Thomas takes Maxey off the dribble. And I believe there's going to be a traveling call, and there it is. Jeremiah Banks is going to turn it over on the travel. So 101 remaining in the basketball game. Builders find themselves down by 18 here at home to the Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College. As we're close to wrapping up game 2 of tonight's doubleheader here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. So glad you could be with us. So sorry that the men's side didn't turn out like we hoped it would as Maxey misses. So the Gators have got to put up at least one more shot before we call this one a night. And they turn it over. So maybe they don't have to put up a shot. What am I talking about? 32.4 seconds left. Builders can't hold for the final shot. As Cole Petro waves off the screen, but then still takes it. As they get the player up in the air, Cole Petro tried to get the and one, but instead he's going to get Isaiah Thomas to commit a foul. So the clock stops, 18.2 seconds remaining. Amir Cole Petro will get a chance to shoot 2. Cole Petro, now that with 7 points on the night. Make it 8. So 18.2 seconds left. The Gators can just hold it and allow the clock to run out, but instead they continue to attack the basket. Here come the Builders. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That one is good. If it goes, it's going to be short, and that is how the night is going to end here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Dominant performance tonight by the Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College, who pretty much came in, took the game over in the first half, and just never, ever relented. For Coach Chris Moore, his team improves to 8-4. They are still yet to go into conference play. For the Builders. For the first time in a long time, the Builders will fall under 500 in regular season play. Builders can take this one as a learning opportunity. And as soon as you get that learning opportunity, you just take this game and flush it because there's a whole lot of season left to be played. Builders walk out of here tonight with their first loss of the season, 88-72 to the Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College. So for Dave Davenport, I'm Howard McCain. We're going to sign off and say good night here from the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Again, your final score, the Gators of Virginia Peninsula Community College 88, the Builders 72. We'll be back with more basketball action very, very soon. So come back with us. And remember, this is Builder Basketball.